Hey everyone, I'm Carissa Wiley from SprinkledWithGlitter.com. Welcome to my craft room. I'm so glad you're here today for this live stream because we're gonna do something so much fun. We're using brand new products from Spellbinders and I'm excited to just be here sharing with you. Normally I go live on Fridays, but tomorrow I have to work my nurse job and so, work's interfering with other work. So I decided just to move it to Thursday this week instead. So I'm glad you all could make it. And thank you for spending your afternoon here with me. Delia wants to know what I'm working on, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. But before I do, I just want to go through the housekeeping. Number one, if you are here, you can answer questions in the chat. I love it when you ask me questions. It makes it a lot easier if you put the word question all in caps before so that I can see those pop out of the comments a little bit easier. I do have links to everything in the YouTube description below. So if you're looking for something, check there. If you're watching on the replay, thanks for joining me. I'm glad you're here as well. I know your time is valuable and hopefully you'll learn something new today and take away some crafty inspiration. And I think you will. So if you have not already, if you could go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell to turn on the notifications, that makes sure you get notifications every time I post a new video and every time I go live. My friend Megan's here. She's not driving in the car to the stable today, so she's able to chat along in the comments as well. And if you haven't already, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And so I'm just thankful you're all here. Leanne wants to know, how do you keep up with all the different companies and the products? I just create a lot. Probably creating more cards than I can actually use right now, but that's okay. They go to good people. And every time I'm at a party, there's at least 6 of my cards that show up at the party because they go to my sister-in-law and my cousin and my friend and my mom, and everybody gives a Carissa card to the birthday girl or birthday boy. Speaking of birthdays, my daughter turns 21 on Saturday. She's going to be out of town, but we're going to go live again on Saturday, probably around 12:30 Pacific time. And I'm going to let you guys tell me what you want me to create with on Saturday. So if you want to help me kind of vote on that, then after we're done, go over to my Instagram and there's a slide in my stories where you can type in something that you want me to use. Okay. Wow. That's a lot. Let's create, shall we? Let's have a look at what we're going to create with. Today, we're going to create with new products from Spellbinders. Also, can we just talk about these colors for just a second? This is Bellini, Sicily, and Tuscan. I don't know that I'm going to get to using colored cardstocks today, but I pulled this out to use with one of the die sets if I get to that. I really don't think I'm going to get to that. Anyway. But today, we're going to use some of the new Yana's Daisies collection from Spellbinders. And this centers on some press plates, which, if you don't already know this, press plates can be used with your Glimmer hot foil system or with your BetterPress system. Today, we're going to do some BetterPress because I do foil a lot and I love foiling. It is like my favorite technique in card making. But we're going to BetterPress today because look at these press plates. They're all daisy related, but they have a solid background. And then the part that's actually white will be the opening of the florals. And then there are some stencils to go with it. So this one is called, I think, Daisy Shower. And this one's called Triple Daisy or something. Anyway, so we're going to use this one today because I saw that this one is out of stock already. So we're going to use this one today. We're going to create an ombre background with BetterPress. It's going to be beautiful, trust me. I never done it on something this solid, so it could be a learning process. We'll see. Marta's here. Thanks for coming. Also, I wanted to show you. So there's the 2 big press plates. This one's like 6 by 8-ish. How big? 5 by 7. This one's 5 by 7. This one looks like a standard 4 by 6, but there's also this gorgeous die set. Now, this has like the detail die, and you could inlay all of this. There's also a shadow die. You could press this detail die into a piece of cardstock and then just color the sections and then do an overlay over the top, and that would be really cool. So lots of fun ways to use this. So there's that. Then there are some really gorgeous sentiments, and this just screams Yana to me. Super sophisticated. It has the press plates as well as the coordinating dies. And then of course we have the stencil sets that coordinate with those large press plates. And we have this, which is a embossing folder, but I'm not going to use it today because it's out of stock. So we're not going to use that. Anyway, so stick around here because I'm going to give you some tips for using the BetterPress platform. We're going to use it today. And I think that there will be tips that you can use even if you don't have a BetterPress, even if you are not a BetterPress person. So let's just, hang in there. Go with me on the journey. You may learn something. Okay. So let's get started because I do want to talk you through the BetterPress itself. I've used it, so a few months back, I used it with some numbers and I showed you how to create your own template. That was in a live stream. And I'm actually giving that card to my daughter tonight because we made the 21st birthday card. And that was several months ago. Mindy's here. Hi, Mindy. Delia says, Daisy Trio Plus Plates from Yana's Daisies collection by Yana Smakula. I'm going to use the Daisy Shower one because that one is what's in stock. And we might do a little foiling for the sentiment as well. So we're going to use this large 5x7 plate. We'll set that aside because I want to talk about the BetterPress itself real quick. Now the BetterPress is made of two basic components. There are more components and we'll walk through that. But you have the chase, which is this part here, or I like to call it like the platform. They call it the chase, okay? It's fancy, you know? And then there is the clear plastic topper, which is called the Platen. Now this Platen magnetizes to the chase so that it will line up perfectly every single time. And I want to tilt this to the side because you will notice that the Platen actually hovers over the chase until you put it through the die cut machine. At that point, then these metal feet compress with the pressure of the die cut machine and then press it on to your cardstock. Now, depending on the type of cardstock that you use, you will get like a deep pressed in look like a letterpress system. If you use like a regular standard Nina or Concord and Ninth white cardstock, you're not going to get that impression look because there's no like fiber to absorb. Think of like a carpet cushion. You need something that has some cushion to absorb. And we talk about cardstocks all the time in card making. Cardstock is important. It's important to have the right cardstock for the technique that you're using, and it's no different with BetterPress. So if you are doing foiling, ink blending, stamping, my number one white cardstock recommendation has been for a long time is Concord and Ninth. If you want a pressed in look for letterpress, then I suggest that you use the BetterPress cardstock, which they have it in a few different colors. This is the cotton cardstock. So the fibers have a little more give, or you can use some watercolor cardstocks, and I found some good luck with that as well. Okay, whoa, that's a lot. Okay, but we have more. Because within the chase, there's a few items that I want to point out to you that not everybody I have found knows. So the first thing is that this is a magnetic mat, okay? This is replaceable, it's removable, but I will tell you something. It does have a little bit of move and give, and that is so that you can get it out of the BetterPress system. I'm going to show you a trick for keeping this from moving so that if you need to press multiple times, think multiple stamping with your Misty stamping tool, only you're doing it with this BetterPress system. If you need to do it multiple times to get the result that you want, then we need this to stay in place, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, underneath this magnetic platform are 3 Mylar shims, okay? These you can take out if you need less pressure. So if you're using a super thick cardstock, or sometimes when you're using the registration press plates, with, from Spellbinders, they have like a little registration thing that you would put on here that's acetate. That would push up the cardstock and maybe give you too much pressure. Then you can remove these shims to create less pressure. So I'm gonna leave all 3 of them in here today, and I'm gonna replace my magnetic platform, okay? Now, because we don't want this to move around, here's my trick. I'm gonna tape it in place, okay? So I just have some masking tape. This is the Altenew satin masking tape. I'm gonna push it up into the center of my platform. Make sure that I have it either, I like to go either all the way up or all the way down, one or the other, just pick. And then I'm going to tape across the bottom so that I'm gonna take away some of that movement. Do you see how now I'm pushing on the plate and it's not wiggling around? So this is gonna give you a way that if you need to press multiple times, that you can be assured that that magnetic platform is not going to kind of shift around when you do that, okay? If you want to reinforce at the top, you can as well. I generally only do it across the bottom. All right, so now that we have that kind of secured in place, I'm going to place this Daisy, I think it's Daisy Showers. It's in the YouTube description below. Press plate onto my work surface. Now you're gonna notice something about a press plate that's different than a hot foil plate. Here's the main question about press plates. Can you use foil hot plates to use in your BetterPress system? No. However, you can use the press plates in your Glimmer hot foil system. So it's a one-way street. It doesn't go both ways, but anything that's a press plate you can use to foil as well. So I'm gonna place that onto the magnetic shim, and you can see that it's holding this pretty tight, especially since this is like a lot of metal. So it's holding on to that magnetic shim pretty well. Now I have a couple of pieces of BetterPress cardstock prepared. Here's the deal. I'm gonna tell you something. It's an unpopular opinion. I would rather use a larger piece of cardstock than I need and trim it down and know that I'm gonna get something workable than try to use the exact size piece that I need and then possibly mess it up. That's just how I work. I will always choose a larger piece of cardstock, even when I'm doing stenciling, because I can use the scraps for other things and it doesn't bother me. I'd rather get it right on the first try. Daily Creation says, question, I'm not sure if this is a dumb question, but if you push it all the way down, will it not align with the top magnetic plate? It still will. So you can see that it shifted slightly up. I don't know if you can see this. So there is the A7 line at the bottom. So it shifted slightly up. So you may need to take that into consideration when you place your cardstock. However, I'm using a piece of cardstock that's larger than what I need. So I don't even need to worry about that. The other thing that makes it nice to use a piece of cardstock that's a little bit larger is anywhere that you put tape to hold your cardstock in place, that tape will interfere with the transfer of the design. So if I have a piece of 5x7 cardstock and I'm taping it onto the Platen and I have the edge of the tape here, there's gonna be a part of that cardstock that doesn't have design on it. So I would rather just use a little bit larger piece of cardstock, have my design get fully pressed. I don't have to worry about where my cardstock, where my tape is going to be for my cardstock to hold it in place, yada, yada, and just trim it down. That's me, but you know, that could be a decision you make on your own. So I'm gonna do, because we're using such a large piece of cardstock, I'm gonna do some extra taping because I know, I have a feeling we're gonna need to press this more than once. Okay, and I want it to be secure on there. So let's just do that. Let's just buy some insurance. It's just a little tape, and I actually have a couple pieces left over on the side because I was doing some BetterPress earlier for the Pink Fresh Studio release, which is coming next week. Surprise! And there's lots of press plates in that. So anyway, okay, so now we have our paper. This is BetterPress porcelain cardstock on our Platen. We have our BetterPress plate or our press plate on the chase, and we're ready to start creating a beautiful ombre effect. Now this is gonna take a few passes of this through the die cut machine and a few presses to get the color worked in right. So that's why we bought ourselves some insurance. I am going to need the Platinum 6 for this. So this is compatible with the Platinum 6. I believe it's also compatible with the Sizzix Big Shot, but you can check on the Spellbinders website. They have a list of compatible machines, but I do believe it's compatible with the Sizzix Big Shot. It is not compatible with the Empress. It is not compatible with the Gemini Junior. So I'll just knock those questions out right there. Okay, you can use any kind of ink on press plates. I have found that no matter what kind of inks I use, they tend to work really well. And so I thought we would create an ombre effect. And we're gonna use, oh, we're blown out here. Okay, we're gonna use Nectar, Ballet Slipper, and Watermelon. So we're gonna start inking up. Now here's the deal. I will tell you this, something that I've learned is that these foam pads that like Concord and Ninth has a foam pad, whereas like Altenew and Pink Fresh have a felt pad, they can kind of suction to a press plate and pull them up. So when you're inking with these, just be careful. Question, Delia says, what BetterPress paper is that? Is that from Spellbinders? Yes, it is the Porcelain BetterPress cotton cardstock. It is the 8.5 by 11 that I've cut down to 5.5 by 8.5. Okay, so I'm gonna start with inking with Nectar. I'm not trying to do like any sort of straight line. And keep in mind, we are going to be trimming this down. So I just kind of have some Nectar coming down here. And then we're gonna move into Ballet Slipper here. I'm gonna go across that. I am inking over the top of where the Nectar is. I'm not really worried about it messing up my ink pad, okay? It's just me. And then I think we'll go back into Nectar again. And then we're gonna press this, okay? So if you want to, you can take a blending brush. Let's see, maybe my light pink one. And just kind of go over these areas just a little to blend the two colors together. But keep in mind that probably will lift a little bit of the ink. And so, you know, anyway. So now that we have it inked, we're gonna put the Platen over the chase and we're gonna run this through our die cutting machine, which I'm using the Sizzix, not the Sizzix. I'm using the Spellbinders Platinum 6. I just saw that someone said, Leanne says she has the Big Shot, which is why I was thinking Sizzix. It works just fine. So she has the BetterPress and the Big Shot and they work just fine. Ingrid says, I love these colors. These are right up my alley, I have to tell you. All right, so let's look. Okay, so we have this ombre effect happening on our cardstock. Cardstock warped a little. It means that we probably have a little too much pressure, which means I could have probably removed a shim, but that's okay. What I'm gonna do is I am actually going to ink again, kind of in the same areas with the same colors, okay? So I'm gonna go with Ballet Slipper in the middle. I'm gonna go with Nectar towards the bottom and at the top. Again, just kind of like allowing them to overlap. And then I'm gonna actually bring in another color here. So I am going to grab Watermelon and I'm going to add this with a blending brush to this area here. Now, when you're adding with a blending brush, you're not going to get intensity like you would with going direct to the plate. So actually what I'm going to do, let's see, where are you at? I'm going to grab the cubes. You know, there's a time and a place for everything, a season for everything under the sun. So I'm gonna bring in some watermelon with my cube and I'm gonna tap it out with my blending brush, okay? Tap this out, tap that out. Then I'm gonna grab grapefruit and I'm gonna bring in some grapefruit here and maybe some grapefruit here. And let's do a little tap out with a blending brush. Want to get the right color blending brush. Okay, tap, tap, tap. Tap those hard lines. We don't want hard lines. We want softness. Okay, so now we have like this whole watercolor effect. And with my paper being warped, this could be a question, like, are we gonna get it? We're gonna run this through. Worst case scenarios, we do it again and we just take out a shim because it seems to be a lot of pressure for this, which is why I think the paper kind of bowed up a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Okay, that is beautiful. And we got actually perfectly pressed lines. We don't have any, even with that little bow in the paper, we do not have any sort of like blurred lines. We got beautiful results. Perfect. Should we do another color combo? Do you guys want to see more or should we just keep working on the card? Now, here's what I usually do to clean this. I usually just take a baby wipe and wipe this down. Now, not gonna lie, things get stained, things get messy on the platform and all of that. Doesn't bother me. If you want to, I believe Spellbinders recommends that you use archival ink. Archival cleaner to clean this off. I generally just use a baby wipe unless it's like a black ink that I'm using. Okay, so you can see my plate's actually shifting around again because my tape is off up here and I'm rubbing quite hard on this plate to get all the ink off. Okay, so, okay, we want more color combos. I have a color combo in mind. So this is beautiful. We can then use a die to die cut this down. And do you see where having a little extra cardstock gave me a little wiggle room to add my tape at the top and the bottom. I wasn't worried about, you know, the tape running into the areas. And if you could see this in real life, when you touch it especially, there's like some raised and lowered areas. So it's pressed into the cardstock. Now, before we do color combo 2, let's go ahead and take one shim out. I feel like we're just a little heavy on the pressure. And this could be because it's like a really solid plate. This is like heavy metal here. So we will do this. We will retape at the top and then we will tape at the bottom. Okay? We're gonna do this again. It doesn't take too long. Blues, purples, and greens. I have a blue combo in mind. So it's my favorite blue combo. So let's do that. Let's set that aside. My favorite blue combo is Tide Pool and Blueberry. So we're gonna reset our Platen with another piece of BetterPress cardstock. We'll just tape this on. I like having wiggle room. Never thought about that. Yeah, I feel like it's worth the extra cardstock just to like buy yourself a little bit of grace in the whole situation, right? You don't have to, I think sometimes, here's what I think. Take it or leave it. It's an opinion. You can like it or not. I'm okay with that. I think sometimes we get so worried about wasting like a little bit of cardstock and we tend to like not get things right where we don't have wiggle room to trim it down. And then we end up wasting more cardstock by trying to be frugal about it, which I understand, like things are tight. But I can always use like this edge to press like a strip sentiment or something like that once I trim this down. So I like to buy myself a little bit of wiggle room and just kind of go with it, you know? Question, did I miss why you're taping the plate down? You sure did. The reason I'm taping the plate down is to keep it from wiggling around so that when I press more than once, I don't have to worry that this magnetic base has shifted and then I'm going to get like a dual line situation. So I went through all of that at the beginning, but I'm happy to talk you through that again. So I'm going to start with Tide Pool. It looks so intense on this press plate, man. Okay, so we're gonna go all over this. Just pressing, pressing, pressing. I just ate lunch and it was good. It was good stuff. Let me grab the blueberry. This is called a cube. Trying to do too many things at once. And we're gonna just, ooh, almost got ink on myself. We're gonna just press like a few areas of blue onto the press plate. Okay. Then we're gonna take and we're gonna soften it out with the blending brush. And that's gonna keep us from getting these harsh lines. Now, I will tell you that if you want a smoother blend and you don't care about the actual like pressed impression effect, like that letterpress effect, you can press this onto like a standard white cardstock, like your Concord and Ninth or something like that. And I feel like the colors will blend a little bit better. We got a pretty good blend on this though. Because of the nature of that cotton cardstock that is the BetterPress cardstock, it like inks don't like blend as smoothly onto that cardstock as they would others. So now we've tapped out some of this, right? We've softened the edges and let's put our Platen onto our chase and run this through. Now this one we may be able to get in one press pass and we'll see what our pressure's like. Carmen says those two colors are so pretty together. Yes, I love these two colors together. I'm not really like a traditional blue kind of girl, but these two colors, I used them a couple months ago in the Concord and Ninth release, maybe February, and I just fell in love with these two colors blended together. Oh my goodness, that is so gorgeous. Do you see that? Now we could go over again, but honestly, I'm happy with this result. And once we cut it down, I think we'll be good. So there you go. Couple of color combinations for you. I'm gonna work with this combination today because I have an idea, but I'm gonna show you how the stencils then work with the other. Okay, and do you see, I wanna show you something. Do you see how it's crooked on this cardstock? But because I used a bigger piece of cardstock, nothing's gonna go to waste. I can cut this down and still make it work. And that's why I like to use extra cardstock. So let's go ahead and clean this little baddie up, little bad boy. My dog was so funny today. Mochi came in here before my appointment, before I left for my appointment this morning. Mochi is not my dog that like wants a lot of attention. By the way, Megan, I meant to ask you the other day how your puppy is. If you're still here, I want to hear about your puppy. You can text me. Anyway, Mochi's not my guy that needs a lot of attention. And he came in this morning and I was working on a video for Pink Fresh Studio. And he came up and he did his little stretchy thing in front of my feet under the table here. And then he's just started pawing at my shoe. And it was so sweet. He was like, Mom, I don't often need attention, but right now I do. Okay. So now we're going to take our BetterPress. We're going to put it out of the way. We're going to get our Platinum 6 out of the way for a minute, we will bring that back in because I think I want to do a foiled sentiment. And since I think I want to do a foiled sentiment, I am going to plug in my Glimmer and just let it heat up to the side. Still, oh, the tummy troubles are better. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Megan. That makes me happy. So now I pulled some colors for the ink blending. Lemongrass, grasshopper, honeycomb, because this has, excuse me, a set of stencils that will then color in the floral elements. So you could use this just like it is. It's gorgeous. Or you can add color to the daisies, which is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start with the centers. I know that that's probably not like the most conventional thing to do. And these definitely, let's see, are they numbered? They sure are. Number down here. It has like their product number and then a 1, and then 2, 3, and 4. I think I want to start with the centers because I want to see how intense those go before I start bringing in the colors on the others. So I kind of want to get a feel for the centers before I start doing the other. Honestly, most stencils you can use in any order that you want. I mean, there's no rules when it comes to this. Okay, I'm gonna put this down. I don't know how well this is gonna stick to my grip mat just because it's so cottony. The paper is so cottony. And I'm going to line up the center stencil here. Let's see, it does have registration marks at the corner. So I guess if you were to cut it to, I don't know what size that would be, but anyway. If you had it at a certain size, there's registration marks. But you would only use the registration marks, honestly, if you were not lining it up to the outline. Like if you were using the stencils on their own, that's the only time you would use the registration marks. And honestly, if it were me, I would not use the registration marks. I would put it in the corner of my Misty and blend, and then put the next one in the corner of the Misty and blend. Because that's the way I like to do things. Okay. What did I have for lunch? Bina wants to know what I had for lunch. I had chicken salad and 3 hard-boiled eggs, which is what I have for lunch every single day. I am a creature of habit. I'm going to use yellow ochre for the centers. And I'm going to come in like, kind of like, I'm going to like be gentle against my nature. I'm not a gentle person by nature. I'm working on that though. I'm working on that. I'm going to heavier blend around the edge. And I chose a little bit of a warmer yellow than what I'm planning to use for the daisies. But we don't necessarily have to use yellow for the daisies, so we'll see. We'll see where the wind blows us today. Happy Thursday, Marisha. I got home from my appointment and quickly ran in and put my eye makeup on because I did not have my eye makeup on for my appointment. And then ate some lunch, got my dogs settled with their treats in their crates, got my computer, well, I got my computer set up first. Then I got, and my cameras, got my dogs settled. And then I'm actually really nervous about this color. It might be too warm for everything else I use, but I don't know. We'll see. Got my camera set up, got my dogs settled with their treats in their crates, and then came in here and went live. Oh, actually, that's insanely beautiful. Okay. Also, super cool idea to do this without any of the background as well. I think stencils on their own could be really cool. Okay, let's go to stencil number 2. We're just going to do everything out of order. Let's see. It looks like the easiest way to do this is to line this up with the centers of the daisies. And then just hold this in place. So these magnets, which are from the Glassboard Studio, which my mat is from the Glassboard Studio. It itself is not magnetic, but you can stick magnets to it. So anyway, they work through, even through my sticky mat and stuff, because they're so strong. Okay, let's do we want to do yellow daisies? I think we should. I think we should, but I think it should be a brighter yellow. And I'm not sure. We're going to do one up here before we go like hardcore into the others. This honeycomb might be a little too, no, it might work. I don't want to color the entire thing either. So what I'm going to do is blend towards the center, allow it to come out, and then before I go into the whole background, I'm going to make sure I like this. I don't know if I love it. Let's grab Buttercup. And let's Buttercup it and see. Might need just a little brighter yellow. So this is how we don't ruin all the things. We're gonna go like this. Question, how about darker, closest to the middle, and then white at the ends? That is my plan, to not blend all the way out. Okay, the Buttercup is where we need to go. Can tell. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna blend on the center, and we won't blend all the way to the tips of every floral. And we're gonna do this like casual. We're not gonna be all like uptight about it. We're just gonna go for it. Okay. And as this is kind of mixing with some of the ink below that we did the press with, we're getting some different oranges in the outlines. Okay. All right. Are you all setting your notifications? I haven't actually scheduled the live for Saturday yet, but don't forget, we will go live on Saturday, and we're going to do, I don't know what we're going to do, but it's going to be fun. It's always fun when we're creating. Let's pick this up and see what we have. Oh, I do love that. I think it's so pretty. I think it's not doing it justice on camera. Okay, so now the next stencil, again, we're going to line it up with the centers because that seems to be the easiest way to do it. Cover the centers of the flowers that we already blended and then hold it in place. If it's not perfectly in place, like, don't sweat it. Do your best. Now we could technically do a different color yellow here, but I don't want to complicate it. I'm not about that life. Sometimes I'm in the mood for doing like really special ink blending. And sometimes I'm like, we're going to be breezy about it. Breezy. I'm breezy. What is that from? I was thinking about that today. Remember, I'm breezy. I'm breezy. Anybody? Anybody got that for me? Was it a Friends thing? Was it a Seinfeld thing? Could be either one of those. Kathy, if Kathy Zilski was here, she would know. Okay. So you can see I have lots of white area on these daisies. I did not want a solid color because I want to see like those pressed lines at the end. Isn't that cool? Love that. Okay, let's go to the stems. The stems. Now this one will take a second to get it lined up. And once we have it lined up, I was thinking lemongrass. I think it's going to be too electric for this background. So we're going to do grasshopper. And we may deepen up areas of it with avocado. Let's do just one stem again and test it, you know? We have that option. We don't have to go into the whole thing and blend it. Oh, I actually really like the grasshopper. Okay, that'll work for me. That'll do, pig. That's from Charlotte's Web, I believe. Brown would be nice. I'm not much of a brown girl. I mean, like, as far as like choices in color palettes. I would rather use a green. I love greens. I think greens are a neutral, totally a neutral, because they're all in nature, and they're a neutral in nature. Neutral in nature. Love that. I'm going to deepen them up toward the bottom of the blending and allow it to kind of fade out towards the top. Okay, in a quick way. They almost look like sunflowers. They almost do. I agree. I think it's that warm yellow ochre in the center. We'll see. Do we love it? Oh, it's really pretty. You know, I feel like the colors are not showing up right on this screen, but look at this. Isn't that pretty? You know what? Maybe we will bring a touch of brown into the centers. Let's bring some brown into the center, shall we? We shall. Yes, that'll do, pig. From Babe. Someone got me. Did anybody know where the I'm breezy came from? I didn't see that. Almost look like loving it. Spellbinders is offering $25 off. There you go. Spellbinders is offering $25 off. I think an order of 100. I wasn't sure. I did not see a code for that, but I guess maybe it's on all orders. Thank you for sharing. Let's see. We need some brown. I'm thinking, I don't want it to be too red of a brown. I'm over here looking at my Altenew browns. I think this Choco Hazelnut might be a nice one. It's Friends. Thank you, Erica. I was feeling like maybe it was a Friends thing. Friends is one of my favorites. I will watch it over and over again. Me and my oldest daughter were Friends fans. We can always tell like a Friends quote and we will be able, like both of us know it. And we know the episode. We're like, oh yeah, that was when, you know, Joey did this. I think this brown, which I just said, not much. I don't tend to bring it in, but I think not doing the entire, well, this is really going to make it look like sunflowers now, I think. But I'm just kind of touching it in on the edges. I think this is going to bring this palette together. Okay, so Monica says, I'm breezy. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yes, it is that episode. I'm breezy on his answering machine. That's totally right. And then, and then doesn't she like, she re-records like the message, the outgoing message. That's the same episode. So hilarious. Okay, big reveal. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Is it a code? I'm not sure. There's the code, guys. I don't know what the code is. Not sure what the code is. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's the colors that you're looking for. Isn't that beautiful? We could almost, we could almost get 2 cards out of this. Let's see. We're going to take the A2 Precision Layering dies. Erica says, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Erica, I'm just looking at your little thumbnail. Like, it's in my casting software. And there's this really hilarious girl on Instagram, and she does like these reels that are like, I don't know how to describe them. It's like at the doctor's office, and she's like the gynecologist or whatever, and she's doing like the whole thing. And like, I think she's really beautiful. She wears this red lipstick that looks amazing on her. Anyway, you're totally reminding me of her right now in the little thumbnail. Okay, first of all, do you see this little guy here? He did not get enough brown. Bring in my stencil back in to do that. Oh, perfect. So much better. Okay, this is happy to me. This is beautiful. Yes. Okay, so now we get to pick like where we crop this, because we have extra. It's 5x7. We could create a 5x7 card, but I'm not really feeling that today because I don't have a lot of extra things to put on this. We could go right here in the center. This, by the way, let me show you how it compares to like an A2 size card. I think maybe we go even a little, crop it a little tighter. Let's see. I'm breezy. Now I have that in my head. Okay, I think like we could almost use this strip as like a thing. I wish, you know what? She'll show up later, Erica, and I won't know how to tell you who she is. But maybe if I talk loud enough, like my Instagram will show me someone from her. She wears glasses sometimes. She's super cute. She like will be like the dental hygienist, and she'll be like the gynecologist, and she's hilarious. Let's see. Joy says, just when you think you have all the ink pads you need, Carissa shares more color options. I just got a box of ink pad and cardstock from combos from C9. Now, I have to ask, someone told me that they're sold out of their new colors. Is that true? I don't know. Okay, so here's what I love about this upper corner. I have the grapefruit, the ballet slipper, the nectar, and the watermelon all in this small little area here. This is summer sunshine in a card. I agree. And so I'm kind of digging that. I think we'll go there. Let's go there. Let's call it. Let's call it good. Okay. So now we're going to take this. We're going to put it there. And we're going to run this through. This is my Empress. And let's go. Let's go. Okay, that is beautiful. I love that. Hold on. Oh, we could totally do it on a piece of Bellini cardstock and it would be beautiful. I am actually just trying to figure out like what I want my sentiment on. So the Bellini is here. This is Sicily and this is Tuscan. But here's my thing. I think I'm going to try a hot foiled sentiment on the Tuscan cardstock. And we're going to use the new, it's got a name. I don't know the name, but it's the new sentiments from Yana. Oh, that's so pretty. And let's see. We have some options here. This is going to be a really simple card, but I really wanted to show you this kind of ombre BetterPress option. And then the stencils, of course, with the background. So we have thinking of you, hello, just a note, missing you, happy birthday, crafty days, maybe? What does that say? I don't know what that says. I'm reading it in reverse. Love and hugs, sending love and hugs. Well, let's kind of think. I love this just a note. Oh, look, my comments got stuck. Yeah, the unused strip could totally go on the inside. Lower left. Okay, well, I didn't see all those. Apparently, my comments got stuck. Okay, here's what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to trim this in half. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my black foil. 2-color matte might be cool. I think what else would be cool would be a metallic matte. That would be cool. Black, donde. Donde, donde. Okay, here's my black foil. Clearly did not prepare for this. Shame on me. Okay, black. The colors don't appear sold out, Risa? Is it Risa or Rissa? Okay, I'm just gonna cut a little piece of foil. Okay, it is heated, so we're gonna let it run through its timer. I'm gonna bring in, yeah, a 2-color matte could look cool too. Let's see. I'm just looking at it off to the side because I love it so much. Those colors are right up my alley. A rose gold matte. You know what would be really pretty? The champagne foil cardstock from Concord and Ninth. Let me just grab it while that's running through its little cycle. I'm thinking this. It looks really rosy on screen. I think that could be really pretty. Okay, we'll just let that marinate in our mind for a minute and we'll work on what we do know. So here's what I do when I get stuck on something. If I can't decide like what color card base am I going to put this on, I work on the things that that I know. So it's like, I know I need my sentiment. I'm in my mind, I've already decided on black. So I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to do the part that I can move forward on and move this card further along. I don't just sit and go, what color am I going to put this on? What color am I going to put this on? I'm going to move on to another part that I am confident of and just move on with that part. That is a strategy that I have when I get stuck creating. So it's like, if I'm stuck, I'm going to just pick something else that I know for sure that I want to do and then do that. So that is done. I'm going to take my foil with the pretty side down, lay it on top of my press plate, and then I'm going to take the Tuscan. Erica says she's not a yellow girl, but she likes the Tuscan. It's a beautiful yellow. It's so nice and warm. So pretty. Question, do you have any favorite Spellbinders ColorWheel cardstock? Yes, I do, Marianne. I sure do. Bellini is a favorite. I like the Mulberry and the Orchid, which is in my spring color palette that I used a couple weeks ago in a live stream that we did here. I like the Sicily. I think it's a very unique color. There's a blue that I like. Oceanside. I mean, they're all good colors. This is Sicily. This is Chiffon. I really like Chiffon. I feel like we're being blown out. Chiffon, Bellini. This is Coral. This is Sicily. So I love these three. I love the Tuscan, which is here, that we're using today. The Seaside is fantastic blue, which is this one here. Oceanside is another one I really love, which is this tealy blue color here. And the Orchid and Mulberry. Those are favorites. Offhand, like shooting from the cuff, like definitely love those colors. Okay, let's see. Did we get it? Did we do it? We sure did. Look at the delicacy of that. So pretty. I feel like it could be better. I'm gonna do it one more time and try it again and see if it's better. It will only take a minute. Only take a minute because we're already heated up. So yeah, those are some colors I like. Thank you for sharing. Yes. Roberta says all of them, right, Carissa? I mean, they have a good palette. It's a good palette. I mean, you know, if you're going with just one. Now, the thing about Spellbinders is that if you are a person who likes matching inks, they don't have matching inks. So, I mean, that's something to consider. But with all the die cutting that I do now, I mean, I'm always looking for more cardstock colors. This is their mint color, and this is their Seaside. Mint and Seaside. And Seaside is definitely more blue, and I love that one so much. Malibu is a nice blue, which is this one right here. And, oh, did you check out my video I shared today? I shared how this Cosmic Sky is really cool too. I shared how I actually create my little swatch books for my cardstock. No special dies required. You can just do it with a trimmer and a little labeler, and it is one of my favorite ways because I like these big, nice sheets that I can use to kind of build palettes. So this time I'm going to take, we'll see if this is too much pressure, but I might just take an additional shim and place it between my plates here. Come on. Just to give just a teensy bit more pressure. We'll see which one turns out better. Jen says, I watched, excuse me. Oh boy, excuse me. Jen says, I watched it while I was crafting. It's so much faster than what I've been doing. It is such a fast trick. And if you go back to a live where I did the ColorWheel cardstock, we talked about it. I like did a whole live pretty much on the ColorWheel cardstock. With the, did I show it with the cinch stack cutter? Oh, this one's so much better. It just needed a little extra pressure. This one's a little bit better. It's perfect. Maybe if you get time, you see what C9 inks would match the Spellbinders cardstock. I mean, maybe. I am going out of town next week, and it is gonna be, okay, now I have to figure out which one of these goes with it. I have to tell you, these are kind of obscure. Look, I mean, they're kind of like, boom. Found it. Thank you, everybody. It's that season in California. I live in a very agricultural area of California, lots of ag, and we are blooming like crazy around here with all of our nuts and cherries and oranges and all the things. So we are getting the seasonal allergies for sure. I'm going to hold this in place. I'm going on to the back side of my magnetic mat. A lot of people ask me if you can cut into the back side of the magnetic mat. You most definitely can, but I will tell you it's not as magnety as the top side. So with the grid, So it will not hold your die as firmly in place as the other side. So if you're going to cut into that, then you want to keep that in mind. In Barbados, we have a saying: if you sneeze like you did just now, someone was talking about you and you just called your name. That's funny. I don't know that I'm so important that people are talking about me, but okay, I don't know. Do we love that? I mean, it could be really pretty on white too. I'm not sure that I love that. It's okay. It's okay. Let's try it on white. We're gonna do it on white. Just because white is so crisp, so beautiful, and we'll have a minute. If you have to head out and we're not done yet, I just want to say thanks for being here. You guys make it so much fun to create online. You're such a great community. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up before you head out, but I just want to say thanks for being here. And now I have to figure out which one of these goes again. I don't know why. Let's see. Is it this one? Nope. Why do I not know which one this is? Oh, it's, no. Did I lose it? Wow. And there goes my mind. Is it this one? Seriously. They need numbers on the back. That's what they need. You guys, I think I've lost this die. Oh, it's right up here. Haha. Okay. We're good. We're good. I actually think this is hot enough to foil. I don't think we need to wait. I'll find a little scrap of either C9 or hammer mill. We'll go with C9. Okay. Okay. And then we have to pull this out again. I'm not gonna do it on screen. It's gonna be the same. Okay? It's gonna be the same that we just did. Except for I just lost my foil on the ground. You know, and this is the way card making goes sometimes. Sometimes you have something in your mind and you're like, oh, that's going to be amazing. And then you do it and it's not amazing. And so you just change your mind and you go with it and you save that sentiment for something else. That's just kind of how we roll sometimes. My Platinum 6 is so squeaky. I think I'm going to like this black on white a lot. I think it's going to be a nice contrast. Oh. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Oh yes, that's it, y'all. That's it. Sometimes we just overcomplicate things. Let me turn that off. It's too hot to have it on. How's the weather been for all of you? Has it been as warm where you are as it is where I am? We are in the 80s now, and I don't know. High 70s, low 80s, mid 80s. I don't know that we'll get too much lower than that anymore. Disco ball Easter eggs just arrived from Simon Says Stamp. How fun. I haven't seen those. And then Melanie wants to know, I think I missed what time you said you were going live on Saturday. I have not said. Everybody on Instagram has been voting. And they have been saying like the noon time slot. And noon Pacific might be a tad tight for me. I'm teaching that morning for my church. But I'm thinking I could do maybe 12:30. That's been the most popular time so far is noon. But if you want to vote over on my Instagram, like what time you think we should go live, then there is a little, in my stories, there's a little thing where you can vote like what time we should go live. So, and I'm going to do my best on that. Chilly, back into the 40s in Chicago. Wow. Snow in the Mitten, 84 in the Dallas. Off its rocker here in MS. I don't know. Is MS Missouri? Mississippi? I'm not really good with those. I like the white better. Yeah, the white is much better. I think just clean. I do feel like you guys are just a little blown out. Let me bump you down just a little here. Okay. I think that will help you. Let's move you in. Now you can see. Oh, isn't that pretty? All the colors. 40 and snowy in upstate New York. Where in upstate New York? So my oldest daughter was in upstate New York not long ago. They just moved to Arkansas earlier this year, and they are there now, but they used to live in upstate New York in the Holly, New York, Kent, New York. I don't know it that well. I never went to visit them there. 70s and low 80s here in Oklahoma. Oh, Laura, my son lives in Oklahoma, and let me just tell you, your guys' weather is not the best. Every time I go, I'm like, I don't really like the weather here. 100 in Arizona. Wow. Already. That's early. I feel like that's early. Okay, that could be really cute down there. Okay. So this is the champagne cardstock. And then we could go with like a white card base. We might need, oh my goodness, you guys, this cardstock does not want to let me grab just a single piece of cardstock. It's like you have to grab the whole stack. I don't know. I don't know that I love it on the white. No, it's not. It's storm season now. Yeah, are you guys going to start getting all the tornadoes? I hate it when he starts texting me like, another tornado. Here we go again. He lives in Norman, Oklahoma. And he went to school in Moore, Oklahoma. And that is what they call Tornado Alley. I believe one of the country stars is from there. Okay, that. Is there anything better? I think I can make it better. I love this. I want to try something. Can you hang in there with me for just a couple more minutes? It's 2:10. We just have to kind of adhere all this together, but I think this could be really cool with just a slight bit of like watermelon. That's the one. Mary says that's the one. That's it, Leanne says. I agree. I think this is pretty. If I hate this ink blending, we'll just flip it over or get a new piece, you know. Norman is the same type of weather I have. Yeah, their weather is terrible. Terrible. Preston, I love you, but your weather where you chose to live is just, it's not my jam. Here's what we don't like. My husband and I have noticed. And I think it's because we grew up in an area, like we've lived in this area all of our life. There is not wind that blows here because we are in a valley and it's surrounded by mountains. So it's not super windy, but I feel like in Oklahoma, there is always some sort of breeze wind blowing. So you walk outside and your hair is just, and then it's like humid and your hair goes crazy and it's just like, ugh, you know? So anyway, we're not fans of Oklahoma weather. We love, I mean, we like Oklahoma City. We like visiting and stuff like that, but the weather is not our favorite. And the humidity, Okay, so we don't live where there's any humidity at all. And the humidity is just like, ugh. I live around the Newcastle area. Not that I have heard of Newcastle. My nephew lived in Newcastle. Used to live there. Okay, I'm going to center this up on the champagne. Then we're going to take, this is actually not a card base, so I'm going to add it to a card base later. I forgot I'm out of panels. We're going to take some scraps of panels that I have, and we're going to add them to the back of this. That one's too wide. Yes, Melissa's right. Where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. Yep. I've actually never seen that musical. I'm a big musical fan. I do like musicals. One year, my husband took me to see, as a surprise, poor guy, it did not go over well. Debbie Gibson was playing in South Pacific. I had never seen it before. He surprised me with tickets to South Pacific with Debbie Gibson near where we live. It was kind of a boring musical. It was just kind of one of those things that it was just like, poor guy, he tried so hard. Now, Hamilton, we could watch that any day. Our other favorite, we have two other favorites. We love Hamilton, which I think when the first time we saw it, it was just like, we did not know what to expect. We had not listened to it ahead of time, and it was just so amazing. Let me check my measurements on this. This is like a little bit bigger than 4 1/4, so I'm going to trim it down. Anyway, we didn't know. Oh, I know. Electric Youth, right? I was obsessed with her too. And Tiffany. Do you remember Tiffany? I think we're alone now. Anyway, we didn't know really what to expect with Hamilton the first time we saw it. We saw it in Seattle on our anniversary. We went there for an anniversary trip. And it was just so different than what we expected. And I think that that has always stuck with us. And we loved it so much. The energy's so good. Then we went and took our kids when it was in San Francisco. It's just a fun track, and it gets stuck in your head. But we also really love, me and my husband really love Mamma Mia. Not the movie, because those people cannot sing. Those people cannot sing. Pierce Brosnan, bless his heart. Great 007. Not a singer. Also, Meryl Streep, not a singer. Anyway, as we were saying, Mamma Mia is the other one, and the Phantom of the Opera, Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera, just amazing and a favorite of ours here in the Wiley house. We love the Phantom. And there are some different sets. Is it crooked? I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe slightly? I don't know. It looks fine to me. I don't know if it's crooked. I guess the pictures will tell. We've been to one of the Phantoms before down in LA at the Pantages, where the sets were not as good as the original one that I saw at the Orpheum and down in LA at a different theater. Marisha says they dropped a note or two. I guess if you haven't, okay, here's the deal. I grew up in church all my life. I know a lot of people who can sing really well. Okay, I've been exposed to a lot of music in my lifetime. Pierce Brosnan is not one of those people, and I think he's a great actor. I just think that they should have considered the singing. Now here's, you know which one was good? Movie-wise, musical, Moulin Rouge was good. I think that people did a decent job singing in that one. There were a couple. I mean, you know, but for the most part. They did okay. I don't know. Maybe it's a little crooked, Vicky, but I think it looks fine. I think it looks fine. Oh, isn't this pretty? I think this is so pretty. Let's put it on a card base. And then I'm going to tell you guys goodbye for the day. And we're going to join each other here again on Saturday. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out on my Instagram, on the stories, and I will schedule the live here, so you'll see it on YouTube as well. But keep an eye out because I'll announce the time on YouTube and on my Instagram stories that we're going live on Saturday. You need the new tea ruler that Jennifer McGuire had. It helps with centering the layers. I haven't seen it, honestly. Don't know what it is. Gerard Butler and Phantom movie. I don't love the Phantom as a movie. I love it more as a stage show, but that's just me. My husband and daughter love the Phantom as a movie. I just feel like, I don't know, maybe I saw it a lot as a kid growing up. My grandma was obsessed and we went so much. Oh, shoot. Pear Blossoms Press T-square ruler is the bomb. I'll have to go have a look at it. Okay, we're gonna just center that up. Beautiful. Now we are a card. And then let's do we want to do some confetti? I think we need to do some confetti. Carmen says she'll catch the live replay on Saturday because she'll be out of town. Well, I appreciate that. Means a lot to me. I thank you all that you come back and join me over and over again. Let's see. Where is my picker? I don't know why Altenew named this the perfect picker. I just think that like maybe we should have market tested that name a little. Love the tool. Don't necessarily love the name. I think we're just going to do a few little confettis to bring a little bit of shine. And then we will call that beautiful. I craft with the two ladies that made the ruler every Sunday on Zoom. How fun, Roberta. Left side is higher. Okay, I'm crooked. What can I say? It's too late now. We are all crooked. It's down because that foam adhesive I use, it's like, it's got its own, you know, it just does its own thing. Sorry. A lot of times when I'm trying to get these down, I'm trying not to get my head in your way either. Love it. Beautiful. So excited for Saturday's live, taking a long weekend, and I hope to craft quite a bit. It'll be fun to join you. Oh, thank you, Erica. Do also go over to my Instagram because I do have a little text box on there too on one of the stories where you can tell me like what you would like to see me use. We could do Concord and Ninth. We could do more waffle flour this month with some of their release. We could do Stamp Market. We could do a lot. No one will notice it's crooked. We're just staring at it right now. Maybe I'll like yank it off and redo it. I don't know. But let's just talk about that ombre BetterPress, shall we? Isn't that beautiful? I think this is so fun. I love the way it turned out. I think this little whisper of that watermelon ink on the base is just absolutely beautiful. Does anybody have any questions before I head out? I'd love to answer them for you. Don't forget, if you haven't, you know, just hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification. Go to the Pear Blossom website and join us on Sundays at 3 p.m. Oh, there you go. Some opportunities to craft. Let's take it up to the face. Whoa. Sometimes I catch a glimpse of myself after I've been going on live and my hair is just like It's looking very 90s right now. It's looking very Friends, Rachel from Friends with the Ariel bangs. Anyway, I have lots of content on my channel this week. So if you haven't checked it out already, some Ulta New, I have some Concord and Ninth. I have a new swatching video today. And then of course we went live as well. So lots of content. I'll be live again Saturday, and next week I'm gonna have pre-recorded videos on Tuesday, Wednesday for sure, possibly Monday or Thursday. I'm not real sure about that. And then I will be live on Friday next week. So we have a lot going on around here. So be sure you stay tuned. Lots of inspiration for you. Thinking about bringing in some different color palettes to inspire you all, maybe something that's a little bit different for me. So thanks again for watching. I'm so glad you're all here. It means a lot to me. And I'll see you Saturday. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on the notifications here on my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my card making and paper crafting video tutorials. Thanks again, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.